Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. We're just about to get started with today's Tabata uh, circuit. Yay! You don't need any weights for today's class, but if you really want to use some weights, they can come into play at the very end when we're doing some overhead presses in our boat pose. And you also, if you want to, can hold on to some weights for like the squats and the lunges. I'm not going to hold on to any weights though, because I think we are going to do enough. All right. Take a moment. The one thing I am recommending for class today, if you have it, is a block. So grab your block, grab your beverage, and then we will start our warm up in just about 30 seconds. Make sure everything is streaming properly. Pay attention or be entertained by the nuttiness that is Fred. He's in rare form lately. Ah, there we go. All is well in the world. All right. So the good news is we're going to go for some traditional Tabata timing today. And what I'm excited about is that means that you can make a little challenge for yourself. Hope you're joining me. Just marching here for a moment, just warming ourselves up, just taking two lateral steps side to side, keeping your chest up. Start to give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. And I'm just going to take a moment to focus on setting this timer while you focus on your nice relaxed breath. Fred, are you like for real right now? Oh my goodness. I just want you all to know that before class happens, I did come in here and give Fred some nice pets. All right, let's change to a grapevine. Just a little crossover in the back. Next up, let's take that crossover. Can you take it from the front? No, you can't. It's such a great idea, right? Okay. Well, how about if we add a nice knee drive at the end? So that inner leg is going to drive up. You can even bring it toward your opposite elbow. Can you start making a little bit more of a rotation from the center line of your body right here? Still keeping that chest up. Almost there. Let's get four more on each side. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Oh, look, see, I did cross over at the front. It's possible. Now let's get some Frankenstein kicks. You can either just kick your legs one and then the other. I think it's a little easier if you take a couple steps between your kicks. We're working to stretch out those hamstrings. Just maybe even get a little bit of a shake or shimmy in your upper body just to shake it out, to have some fun. I hope that you find that these workouts are an enjoyable part of your day. I know that they are one of the best parts of mine. Last 2 and 1. Awesome. Open your feet nice and wide. Inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, just relax your arms down by your side. Let's do 2 more big breaths. Maybe you bend your knees this time, starting to take a little bit of a squat. 1 more knee bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands are going to come down to your thighs. We're coming back into that squat like we started in a moment ago. Weight in your heels. Try to equally press through all 4 quarters of your feet and just gently drop one shoulder forward. You can look over the opposite shoulder and then pass back through center. Look over the opposite shoulder. Come back to the middle. Give yourself 2 cat-cows. A nice standing cat-cow. Just check out how your back is feeling, how your hamstrings and glutes are feeling. And then slowly roll all the way up. Great. I'm going to move my mat out of the way because oh no, we do need it. Jessica. What a Monday, everybody. Okay, so we got 2 different moves. You can either just stick with 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds to rest, or if the move feels real easy and you're ready for a little extra, skip the first 10-second break and do the move for a whole 50 seconds. And then we got a B move, same option. A move is going to be a nice, somewhat narrow squat, so just about hips width distance apart into a knee drive. And you can take that rotational twist from the center line from the core. And our B move is going to be from the back of the mat. You can inhale, reach your arms up. We're going to do an inchworm forward. And then once you get there, 4 mountain climbers, whatever pace you want, and then come back. Let's actually stay low as we pass through. So we're mimicking that squat that we were in for the first portion. Oh my gosh, my pants keep falling down. But let's do this. Squats with the knee drive in 3, 2, let's do it. So somewhat narrow, squat down. Drive that knee. Really think about bringing your knee towards your elbow, not trying to bring your elbow down towards your knee. So chest is lifted. Find this nice twist. Remember, you can keep going right now. You can take this break. I'll take it this first time through. We're still kind of warming up. Same thing is coming again. 3, 2, 1. So a nice squat, knee drive. You're going to move at the pace that's right for you. So think about keeping the weight in your heels for this squat, pressing through your heels to lift yourself up. As you're pressing up, you might feel the hamstrings engage. You might get that nice little glute squeeze. Great, we're going to come to the back of the mat now. We're going to get our inchworm into 4 mountain climbers, your choice of pace. Let's do it. Reach up for the top for the first one if you want, and then walk yourself forward. If you can't do 4 mountain climbers in plank position, you can always come down onto your knees, just making your way to the floor, getting your 4, and then walking your hands back towards your feet. Can you squat at the back? Remember, we're squatting. All right, I'm going to keep moving through this second break because I didn't really get that many in the first time. And that's okay. Maybe you didn't too. I'm going to take the second break though. So I want you to think most about form. Let form be your guide today. Move as slow as you need to. Back to those squats. Oh, we're in it. Whew. I missed a beat. Awesome. I'm going to work through this 10-second break. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, back to our 20 seconds of work right here. Brett, 10-second break coming up. Take that break if you choose to. And then I think we have this one more time. Pardon me, I got off on our timing. Red, you ate all those nuts. Here we go. I think we might try streaming from the other room on Wednesday. Fred clearly does not want me to share myself with all of you out there. All right, so the back of the mat, inchworm, mountain climber coming up next. Ready? One reach up if you want it. Then find your hinge. Remember, as we get to the back of the mat, we're going to try and stay low in the squat. So maybe that means you open your feet a little bit wider. Or this mountain climber, challenge yourself in that malasana balance at the back, really bringing your weight to your heels as you take that squat. I'm going to keep going for this 10 seconds. All right, join back in with me. This is our last round right here. Maybe you took the extra break because you're being smart for your body today. Maybe you continued without the break because you're ready for a little extra challenge. One of my favorite things about exercise is we did it. A, finishing, and B, the fact that you can do these moves, everyone. You can do these moves whether you need a little extra bit of a break, whether you need an extra little bit of a challenge. There's something here for everyone, and it's up to you to find the challenge that works for you today, because with challenge comes change. So if you're just going through the motions, if you're just showing up for the movement and the mental health, fine. But if you're here to make a difference, you want to work hard during these work intervals because you know that break is coming. It's a total of 30 minutes. Let's move on. All right. So next up, we're going to go for a side lunge. So pick one side of your mat. One leg is going to stay static. We're going to work into that leg on the B move. So we're going to go for a nice side lunge, hip shift back behind you. This leg stays straight. We're using this heel to lift ourselves up. We're not launching ourselves off of the leg that stepped out. And our B move is either going to be a single leg squat touchdown, working to kind of send your hips back. It's almost like a single leg Romanian deadlift. Or if that's too much for you, plant that back leg behind you. Maybe go for some squat pulses or a deeper squat. All right, side lunge in 3, 2, let's do it. So that big side lunge, press the outer edge of your foot into the floor into a knee drive. If you can't come straight into this knee drive, maybe you put your foot down and then you challenge your abs for a second. You can break the mood down as much as you need to. And you can hold on to a weight if you want to. I'm going to keep moving through this first 10-second break, turning it into a 50-second interval. Here we go. Begin again. If you took the break, same move, second time. We're only going to do this side for these first 2 rounds today. So last time through, taking your side lunge in this direction. Are you really pressing through the standing leg heel? Great, because now we've got that static lunge or single leg squat touchdown. Static lunge, the same leg that was moving comes behind you. Start. You're going to be right here, just lowering down, lifting up, pressing through your front leg heel. For a little extra challenge, you're going to work to squat down. Try not to let your knees come past your toes. So you're still shifting your hips behind you. Awesome. You can work through this 10-second break if you want to, because this is the only time we're going to do this side. Adding on a little extra challenge with the single knee squat touchdown of a drive. Did you join back in when you heard the beep? I sure hope so. So you got that option to take an extra little break if you need it, or to keep moving if you don't. Okay, now we take a break. We're going to come to the other side of the mat. We're going to get our side lunges. Either 2 rounds of 20 seconds or 1 round of 50 starts right now. Let's do it. So you're pressing into your straight leg heel. Balance is different on both sides. How quietly can you place this moving foot down on the floor? So you don't want to slam it down. You still want to bring it down with control. We're getting some good inner thigh stretching. Option for your 10-second break, or keep moving for 50 seconds of work. And as you side lunge, press your pinky toe into the floor. Begin again if you took a break. Awesome. Single leg squat. Okay, so this time either the opposite leg comes back and you're just going down and up, or begin. We're coming into this single leg squat touchdown. Remember, for single leg squat touchdown, you're sending your glutes behind you still. So I'm not squatting down and letting that knee come forward. Glutes go behind. You can even let that leg lift up. Take your 10-second break if you want it. But I'm actually really pushing into the heel to find the lift and lower. Begin again if you took your break. Less than 20 seconds to go here. Find the one spot to focus your eyes. It's going to help you with balance with your wiggle wobble for 3, 2, 1. Yay! Oh my God, we're amazing. 2 moves down. We're going to come on down to the floor for this next one. Have your block nearby if you have a block. All right. We're going to go for a single leg lift. So we're getting some hip work in. And then we're going to challenge ourselves to a double leg lift, little hips and abs. You can I would recommend resting your whole head down on the floor so that you have a nice straight line through your spine. I'm going to keep my head up or else I turn my headphones off. All right. So bottom leg can be a little bit bent. We're going to lift one leg up and bring it back down. You can have your toes pointing forward, and that makes it a little bit easier. I think if your toes point up towards the ceiling, it's going to make it a little bit more challenging if you externally rotate your thigh. All right, your choice. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. And I'd even say play around a little bit with like pointing your toe on the way up, maybe flexing your toe on the way down. Not going to do as much if you have your foot forward, but if you did rotate your thigh externally, you'll feel a little bit more engagement being turned on. And you'll notice, take a break if you want that 10-second break, or we're going to keep going. I have my opposite hand down on the floor in front of my chest. It's helping with balance and stabilization. Come back in if you took your 10-second break. And if you need an extra break, you take it and then come back to the movement when and as you can. Some of these, depending on your body, might seem really easy and some might seem really hard. All right. So next up, we're going to take this block. We're going to place it between our thighs or maybe your calves. We're going to work to lift both legs at the same time and then lower them down. So lots of weight in that front hand. Both legs lift, both legs lower. So I am applying pressure into my hand on the floor using my exhale, trying not to roll too much towards the back glute. So take a 10-second break if you want. So actively pushing hips into the floor. Ooh, I'm feeling it right here. Begin again if you took that 10-second break. Only one time for each move on each side. Oh, hello. Hello, hips. Yay. All right, we're going to flip to the opposite side and get our single leg raises in 3, 2, 1, right into the move. So remember, you can have your toes pointed forward. It's going to be a little bit easier, or you can rotate toes pointing up towards the ceiling, getting this little point and flex of your foot, add as much pressure as you need to apply for your hand by your chest. Take your 10-second break if you want, especially if you have any sort of neck problems. Highly recommend jump back in. That you keep your head down on the floor. Take that extra little out of your spine. Keep breathing. We are so close. Ah, great. Now go ahead, place your block between your legs. Take a little squeeze, so we're getting a little extra adduction, and then both lift and both lower. Really pressing the side hip into the mat, so not rolling back onto the glute, really staying on your side. You might Feel like you're barely getting your feet off of the floor. That's okay. 10-second optional break. Begin again. Last one. If you took that break, totally cool. For 3, 2, 1. Oh, yay. All right. Next up, we're going to do some hip thrusters. You've got 2 different options for your hip thrusters. And I'm going to show you both. Can you believe it? I know, I'm a lovely lady. All right. So first, let me show you our glute kickback. This is another exercise that if you happen to have your light weight, you can use your light weight. Maybe you even place it behind your leg for a little extra work. Or if you don't have that light weight, simply squeezing your block behind your leg is going to make you work your glute a little bit more. I'm going to actually use this block because it's more challenging to hold on to. So I need to engage more through the back side of the body. All right. So one move is going to be that beautiful glute kickback, just lifting and lowering your engaged 90-degree leg. And the other option is either going to be a hip thruster on the floor, like a glute bridge. So if you're new to exercising, would highly recommend that you lay down, gently turn your toes out, press into your heels, and lift and lower. And if you've been at it for a while, we're going to try a slightly more challenging hip thruster by lifting up our backs. Good. Okay, so I'm going to do the same hip thruster, but using the couch to make it happen. We start with hip thrusters in 3, 2, 1. So shoulder blades are on the couch, just lifting and lowering. I'm pressing the full foot down, and then I'm coming onto the heel. Just a little extra squeeze, drive into the hips. And if you have some weights, you can also place some weights on your hips. Take your 10-second break if you need it. And we're going to stick with these hip thrusters or glute bridges, whatever version you're going for. Start again right now. Ooh, feeling it in the quads also. This is our second to last move of the day. We find that extra squeeze and drive at the top. Great. Let's come on down to the mats. Place your block behind one of your legs, your choice. We're going to stick with that side for the first 2 rounds. Begin. Hands, palms under chest and shoulders. Lift and squeeze and bring it back down. You can experiment with a little toe pointed, with a little toe flat. Maybe I'll do a little half and half. Whew. Holding on to this block here is challenging, so I'm going to take my 10-second break to readjust, to refine that squeeze. 3, 2, don't sink into your chest and shoulders. Here we go. Oh, we did it. Awesome. Release your block. Remember which side you did for the first round of your glute kickbacks. Let's get back in position for our hip thrusters and begin. Oops, I forgot to get weights. It's okay. Just gonna imagine that I'm holding some weights right here at the hips. And I'm going to take an extra second at the top to just squeeze and hold to really fatigue the glutes a little. Take a break if you want that 10-second break. And same thing, begin again. Over here, if you're not feeling it in the glutes at all, take a slight little turn out of your toes. Yay. Oh my gosh. Come on back down to the floor. Get ready for your glute kickbacks in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Ooh, it is hard to squeeze this block. Take your 10-second break if you want it. I'm going to keep going because I took about a 5-second break. Begin again. Notice what's happening here with your hips too. Really trying to keep your hips squared so you're not shifting over too much to that left side, squeezing inner thighs in towards each other. Awesome. We did it. We got one move left to go. We got some Russian twists. So if you're going to use some really light weights, bring your really light weights. You do not have to have weights though. All right. First move is just going to be a Russian twist. You can have your feet on the floor. You can be in boat pose. You can twist from side to side. Second move, you're going to work to keep your feet lifted off the floor. You can even bring this block back into play for a little bit of adduction. You're going to do 4 little pulses of knees towards your chest and then 4 reaches up overhead. As you get tired, you might find that rounding starts to occur in your back. If you notice that rounding happening in your back with your feet lifted, plant your feet on the floor and maybe go for your 4 reaches with feet planted. Last move, we start in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So first up is that Russian twist. Just a little rotation, side to side. It's going to be more challenging if you pick your feet up off of the floor. Well, maybe you can't. So maybe you just lift 1 foot up off of the floor. Maybe feet up off the floor is easy. If so, don't take this 10-second break. Maybe you even extend your legs long. I'm going to be even Stevens here. Come back in if you took a break. We got 10 seconds left. Keep that chest lifting. Still trying to find as long of a spine as you can. 3, 2, 1. 10-second break. Then we're going to float feet off of the floor. Use the lower abs to pull the knees in 4 times. 3, 2, here we go. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you plant your feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. You got that optional 10-second break. I'm going to take it because I think this move is challenging and I notice my back feeling tired. So I'm going to stretch it out for a sec. We start again in 3, 2, here we go. So 4 pulses of the legs, just about an inch, and then 4 full overhead reaches. Awesome. Take your 10-second break. We're going to come back into our Russian twist. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Optional break in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take that optional break. Find some relaxation in the spine. We start again. Same Russian twist. 3, 2, go for it. It's the same Russian twist, but you can do it differently. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. One more move. Finding those 4 knee pulses with the optional adduction, squeezing your legs together starts right now. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Be honest, check in with your spine. Do you need to plant your feet down to take a little pressure off your lower back? Optional 10-second break. One more round through in 3, 2, 1. Trying to keep a slightly faster pace for this move than I know that I, oh my goodness, tend to encourage. 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to work through these last 10 seconds. We did it! Oh my goodness. Awesome. Let's flip on over. Give ourselves a couple of cat cows. Working right to the very end, everybody. Can you stick around for 1 or 2 minutes to just enjoy a couple stretches right here? Take these big cat cows. We're going to take a quick little lateral stretch of the body. One more cow in each direction. And then meet me in a neutral tabletop. We had those Russian twists. We had those squat and twist. So go ahead, extend your left leg back behind you. Place the ball of the foot on the floor. Squeeze your glute, engage your quad, engage your hamstring, stretch through your heel, feel that whole left leg activate. Really push into your hands, palms, feel your shoulder blades squeeze together, belly in. Inhale your left leg up and over the right side of the body. Place it down on the floor and then look over your right shoulder. Actively shift your hips a little to the left. Get that big stretch throughout the whole left side of your body from your hands, palm, all the way down to your toes. 2 more breaths. Inhale your head back to center. Inhale, lift your left leg up, bring it back into meet with the right. 1 cat, 1 cow, 1 neutral tabletop. Pull your belly in once again, push into your hands, palms, engage through your back, and this time step the right leg out behind you. Place the ball of the foot down into the floor. Find a little stretch through your heel, but still trying to stack your heel on top of the ball of your feet. Squeeze your glute, squeeze your quad, squeeze your thigh. Take an inhale, lift your right leg up, and exhale, place it over the left side of the body and look for it. Maybe you see your foot, maybe you don't. Shift your hips to the right. Just a couple more breaths in this total body stretch. Push into your hands, palms. Don't let your chest sink. On your inhale, turn back to center. Exhale, relax a little. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring your right leg to meet with your left. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. Pedal through your heels. Quick little pedal through your heels and down dog. Engage through your shoulders. Once again, create some long length for your neck. Shake your head, yes. Look all the way to the top of your mat at your fingers and walk your hands to your feet. Inhale, come up into a half lift, hands on your shins, find length through your spine, and exhale down into your forward fold. Get one more big stretch into your hamstrings. And then slowly, gently roll yourself all the way up. Inhale your arms up overhead. Let's stick around for just a second. Get a nice stretch into our quads and our hip openers. So maybe you find a place and you need to rest your hands. We're going to lift one leg up. Work to bring your 2 knees in one line. Stretch your knee down towards the floor and take a little tuck of your pelvis so that pelvis is also tucked down towards the floor. And then see if you can even take your knee and bring it back a little bit. A little extra opening of the hip right here, a little extra engagement of the quad, the more that you're able to bring that left knee back. So we're getting a little quad hip opener in one move. Chest is opening as well. One more big inhale. Exhale, release your leg down to the floor. We're just going to switch to whichever the opposite leg is. Remember, you can have your hands balancing on something. Work to get your two hips in one line. Can you bring your two knees in one line? Squeeze your glute hips forward. And then see if you can bring that knee back a little bit. Might be easier on one side than the other. Try not to rotate your hips at all. Rounding through your standing leg, last two breaths. We did it. Release that foot down to the floor, shake it out. Woo, woo, woo. Now let's take two breaths. Bend your knees, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Last one, bend your knees, inhale, reach all the way up. Even look up to your fingers. Maybe bring your arms back, a little mini back bend. Great stretch for your upper back. And then chin back down to neutral. Take your time. Enjoy any stretch that feels good as your arms come down by your side. We did it. Awesome. I hope that you're feeling so good after today's fun, kind of like superset of Tabata with options for those longer intervals. Can't wait to see you all again on Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody.